It's a fillable PDF, so you can include your name. Then here, this is the objective for for Lab 1 is this the introduction to Octave. So familiarize yourself to Octave, the user interface of Octave. So this one, and the use of all some features of Octave. So before you do this one, kailangan naka-install yung Octave sa laptop or sa Android. Or you can also use your browser. It's a cloud-based programming site at octave.com if you want. So here is a procedure on how to run and how to plot. You can just read them, and there's an sample program here, exercises. And after that, after you do this one, then you try to do these exercises, and this should be your final outputs. Then after that, pwede kayo maglagay dito ng mga values based from your calculation using Octave. And questions and answers, pwede kayong sumagot dito yung mga questions nyo and answers. Then conclusion. So after that, i-save nyo to, save as. Then uh, maglalagay ako sa MBLE ng meron tayong i-upload nyo sa MBLE. Then isa-isa ikong i-check yung file. So first, paano mag-download ng Octave? So dito lang, Google Octave. Octave. Then this is an open software. So just click download. Then after downloading, you install. Piliin nyo lang yung proper na bit. If you use 64-bit, use 64-bit. And yung OS nyo, if you use Windows, then piliin yung Windows. If you use Linux, then use Linux. So here sa Windows, there are some choices here for 64-bit and for 32 bits computer. So mostly ngayon yung ginagamit yung computers are 64-bit. So gamitin nyo to, i-click nyo to, download. Then after downloading, install nyo siya, next, and tapos na siya. Then, para i-run yung program na Octave, may dalawang icon here. Makita yung icon. It's a CLI and GI. The CLI is for the terminal. When you open this one, terminal yung lalabas dito ka magpo-program. So this is for advanced users. So kung gusto niyo yan, that's fine. But GUI, ito yung mas user friendly. Meron siyang graphical interface, user interface. So ganito yung magiging default na itsura ng Octave. So i-open ko lang siya. Then medyo ginala ko siya kanina, so i-default ko lang siya. So window, if you want to rearrange, you just click reset default window layout. So ngayon naka-default na siya. Ito yung makikita nyo. Ito yung nasa laboratory. So here meron kang different windows. Meron kang file browser. Dito masasave yung files nyo. Workspace, dito masasave yung mga variables na gagamitin. Command history. Mostly ang gagamitin natin will be the command window and editor. So punta kayo sa editor and command window. So, sa command window, you can already use the command window for your simple calculations. It's a calculator. So here, you can do 1 plus 1. You type it, enter, then there's an answer 2. So, yun yung gamit ng command window. Ito, command history. Dito yung mga ginawa nyong commands and algorithms. Then, sa editor, dito tayo gagawa ng program. So, you will write a program here. Then, save it later on para magamit natin. So, ito yung most na gagamitin natin, editor and the command window. So, dito yung code. Dito yung where we run the code. And so on. So, sa first experiment nyo, so if we go back to experiment here, there's a sample code here. I created a function here that determine the highest and the lowest number given the certain random numbers. So you can copy this code. You just manually type them here at the editor. So hindi ko to na-save here, so I will just type it. So function. The command is function. A function. What's a function? How do we code? How do we familiarize ourselves with Octave? So sa Octave, kung meron kang command na di kabisado, pwede mong i-type help, then function. Then after that, kailangan merong ito. Ito yung sasabihin nyo yung syntax ng function. Paano gamitin yung function? So ito yung syntax niya. Syntax means ito yung parang pattern. So function, type mo function, tapos outputs. Outputs is kung ano yung output na gusto mo. Because function name, then your inputs. It can be multi-output. So kung multi-output, ito gagawin mo. Dalawang output or more than two. So yan yung syntax. So here, sa function, so if we do your experiment here, kung makikita nyo, dalawa yung output natin. Ano yung output natin? High and low. High and low. Then, the name of the function will be min-max. So that's the name of the function. So we go back again here, min-max function name. Then, isa lang yung input natin. Yung input natin is x. Then, anong gagawin ng program na to? Yung gagawin niya is, first, we initialize the values of our output, high and low. We let it to be equal to x1, x. This is this initial value, so initial guess. Then, here, meron tayong I. Yung I, what's I? I is, it's a variable na ginagamit natin sa programming. Then, length x. Ano naman yung length x? Length means the length of... Sino data? Paki-off mo dyan, mic. Okay na? So, dito kasi yung x is an array or a matrix or a set of numbers. Hindi lang siya one number, but a set of numbers. It's an array. So, i-include natin anong length ng x. So, ang gagawin nito is maghahanap siya ng values. Ano hanapin niya? Yung highest, and yung low, yung lowest. So, ang gagawin niya, mag-start siya sa x1. Ito, x1. Yung unang number, ito check niya. Then, i-compare niya with the second one. Second number. Then, if it's higher or lower, then you do it again and again until you find the highest. So, kung highest siya, ito yung gagawin mo, high is equal to xi. Pero, if it's lowest, then ito yung gagawin niya. Yung low is equal to xi. Then, if you try to run this program, dito, naglagay ako ng, makita yun dito yung run. I-type ko latan. Editor. So, gawa tayo ng program. So, high. So, this is high, low. So, this is our inputs, ay outputs. And it should be equal to the name of the function, min max. Then, ano yung input natin? Input natin, x. Then, initialize the value. High is equal to the first one. We start at 1. Then, don't forget to put semicolon. Low, start at 1. So, yun yung first step. You need to initialize your variable before you do your conditions. So, for I equals 2 tapos length of x. So, what will it do? If xi is less than law, then law should be equal to xi. Otherwise, else if. Tapos yun na yung programming nyo sa Visual Basic. So, ito C++, medyo similar sila. So, kung kabisado nyo yun, madali na lang to. xi. Then, and if and end. So, ito na. Nagawa na yung program. Then, next is you need to save this one. So, to save this one, dito, save, click this one. Then, yung gagamitin mong name here should be the same as the name of the function here. Remember this one ha. Kung ano yung ginamit mong pangalan ng function, yun din yung dapat na pangalan kapag isa-save mo. So, this should be min max. Kailangan parehas yan para gumana. Then, after that, sana we go back to the terminal. And sa terminal, ang gagawin natin is we run this command. We take a random value for v here. So, kuha lang ako restore ako ng values. So, I will use random numbers para mabilis tayo. Run. And from 1 up to, pwede to 10 hanggang 10. Pero gawin natin mas malaki. So, I will multiply this one by 10. If you enter this one, ito yung mga numbers. Ngayon, ang gagawin ng program natin from these given numbers, hahanapin niya yung highest and yung lowest based from these numbers. So, to use our program, kailangan natin gamitin ito, yung min max. So, min max. Where are you? So, here we need to type. Makita tayo? Akin na yan. Dapat ko sa sarita. Kung sa matin. So, we let our values, we let our high to be A and our low to be B. So A is high, B is low. Then we equate this one with the name of our function, min max. Then what will be our input? Our input, naglagay ako dito ng value for V. V, ginawa kong array yung V. So yung input natin dito will be V. Then if you enter this one, you click enter. Here, there's a warning here in line 8, but okay lang yan. Ang sagot niya, A is equal to 7.7225 and B is 0.657. Okay? 656. So, there's something wrong with the program. Ano yung mali dito? Ano yung mali? Hello? That's my. Mali yung high, di ba? 7 point something. Punta kayo pa? Tawang kayo. Hello? 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 Ada kayo pa? Ang samot taong. Hello? Sige lang tinabatin, Eme. Handa na. Hello. So, kapag mag-debug kayo ng program, so may warning dito, suggest parenthesis around. So, ibibigay niya yung kung nasaan yung error, line 8, column 11. So, madali lang siya hanapin. So, nasaan yung line 8, nasaan yung column 11. So, nasaan yung 8, here, yung 8 natin, and column 11. So, nandito yung problema. Ano yung problema dito? Ano sabi niya? Naglalag. Try to find kung ano yung error niya. Mas maganda may error para next time alam mo kung ano yung gagawin. Then, yes. Then, this will be the result. So, A is the highest. So, tama na siya, 9.9965. Naka-round off siya, 9.9648. B is the lowest. So, it's 0.6756. Nawala na rin yung error. Kung makikita niya, wala na yung error. So, ganun lang siya. Anyone? Question? Question. So, nagawa na natin yung program na to. Min-max. Madali lang siya. It's introduction pa lang naman. So, familiarization. Any question about creating